Humans have the marvelous capacity to accept, adapt, and move on. The global issues have plagued the Earth for decades now, with various active factors playing a vital role. And this human quality might have played a pivotal role in their festering. These global issues are an insistent weed, hampering progress. But to snip it off, we need to know the reasons for their existence. And more importantly, we need to know what work is being done. Ideologies and perspectives are changing around the world. The work of the Indian government and the United Nations in eradicating these infestations has been monumental and inspirational to say the least. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals provide us with an excellent and thoroughly designed framework to eradicate these issues once and for all. As quoted by the ex-Secretary General of the UN, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, sustainable development is the pathway to the future we want for all. Unfortunately, we remain unaware of the work done and what could be done. I think the way forward is quality education, which consists of two parts, awareness and understanding. This gave me an idea about two girls who simply talk about the global issues and the SDGs and methods to achieve them. Their conversation, if read, can be or can spark an idea of what to do, what should be done, and an understanding of what is. Fixed on these aforementioned integral parts, I wrote a book, Global Issues, Feelings and Facts, which is a little make-aware handbook for an insight into understanding the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and for an insight into understanding what exactly is at stake in saving our Earth. Mr. Ban Ki-moon said, and I quote, climate change, demographics, water, food, energy, global health, women empowerment, these issues are all intertwined. We cannot look at one strand in isolation. Instead, we must examine how these strands are woven together. I have imagined the main characters, Alia and Sania, as two aware Gen Zers who converse on various global issues, think about their emergence and existence, and try to map out a path to solve them. Let me present a conversation between them on Life Below Water. Here we go. Do you know? It's said that some coastal countries like the Bahamas might go underwater due to unregulated pollution. It has created too many problems. It has spoiled the natural beauty and has endangered marine life as well. That's right. Multiple coasts in India have reported high rates of erosion. If the ocean is polluted, there will be economic loss as well as loss of life. There exists a dire need to extract carbon dioxide from the seas. There is this electrolysis process that scoops the carbon out of seawater. The scientists of York use this method on a small scale and they are trying to make it global. I sure hope they succeed. When carbon dioxide levels increase, the water becomes more acidic and its potability decreases. The dropping of the pH value in turn harms the land too. It also gets harder for oceanic animals to breathe. After all, ocean acidification is a huge part of SDG 14, life underwater. Sadly, it has been officially stated that we are not yet en route to achieving the SDG by the decided time. Of course, the pandemic has set things back considerably. The EU is going to set seriously on this task as they aim to bring up the blue economy. That's good, but oil extraction has caused even more issues for the marine population. Formed from the remains of algae, fossil fuels are found commonly on the ocean bed. Huge drilling machines and systems installed on the ocean floor are damaging the seas steadily. Plus, hundreds of gallons of oil spills happen annually, like in 2010, when an explosion caused hundreds of millions of liters of crude oil to be spilled in the Gulf of Mexico. It is very hard for marine life to survive in such a situation. Their insulation is cut off because of the layer of oil. It clogs their respiration due to hydrocarbons. There is no heat, and they are exposed to unwanted and unwanted elements. That's terrible. Natural disasters are also devastating, like tsunamis. Fish and corals get washed up on the beach, sometimes far, far away. It can also destroy the seafloor, causing many animals to get buried. Tsunami occurrences can be limited, you know. With rising global warming, the Earth's crust undergoes changes and shifts. If we are to preserve marine life, we have to take into account every aspect. Yes, when we think of life underwater, we also need to think about life above water. Plato said, The sea cures all the ailments of man, but today man needs to cure all the ailments of the sea. What we need to spark change to understand is conversation. Conversation that makes aware, enlightens, and inspires. Marie Curie once said that nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. The path to success of change is set. What we need to do is embark on this journey of creating a better world, of spreading awareness and blossoming into the idea of understanding. Thank you.